Yes, hello there, brothers and sisters. Um, my name is Paul. Yes, welcome to our study. As we have said that we will be looking at this book, using this book, Baker Compact Dictionary of Theological Terms, where we'll be seeking to understand some of the doctrines of the Bible uh, and theological terms that are used in the Bible, and then we'll try to define them and explain them from this book. Yeah, we last time looked at the term angels, and I would like to give us another term. Uh, yeah, another term, and then we'll try to explain what this book is saying. Yeah, let me go to a touching subject, which is called eschatology. And there are many views in eschatology. And today we are going to look at amillennialism. Amillennialism. Yeah, let's hear what um, Greg Allison is saying. Okay, right. With respect to eschatology, with respect to eschatology, the position that there is no millennial, there is no millennium, which is a millennium. A, it's it means it's negative. A means no millennium, so that's why it's called amillennialism, or no future thousand period of Christ's reign on the earth. And we know that in the book of Revelation, that's where we find uh, Revelations. It's where we find the text that says, "And Christ will reign for 1,000 years." But this position of eschatology, or this view of eschatology, denies uh, that 1,000 year reign of Christ. So, yeah, Allison continues and says, this view was developed in the 5th century. It superseded historic premillennialism. So, this view was developed in the 5th century because most of the early church fathers believed in the in the return of Christ before a literal 1,000 years. So this view is denying that one, and it's superseded. So many believers throughout church history started to adopt this view, denying the literal return of Christ to reign for 1,000 years on the earth. So he continues to say, key to this position is its non-literal interpretation of Revelations 20 verse 6, as we are saying that Christ would reign for 1,000 years, and it's in Revelations 20, verses 1 to 6. So this view, it denies that, and then it apply a non-literal interpretation to that text. Hence, they are saying there's no 1,000 year reign of Christ. Satan, he continues to say, Satan's binding is God's current restraint of him, enabling the gospel to advance everywhere. So, since they are denying a 1,000 year reign of Christ, where the Bible tells us that Satan will be bound for 1,000 years, so this view is saying that God has bound Satan now. Um, and God is enabling the gospel to advance everywhere in the world. So they are saying we are already in that 1,000 year reign of Christ, but they are saying the number 1,000, it's a symbolic number. It's not a literal 1,000 years of Christ. So, He continues to say, saints who rule are Christians who have died and are now with Christ in heaven. Because we are told in Revelations 20 that Christ will reign with his saints. So these believers who hold to this amillennial view, they believe that Christ is ruling in heaven together with the saints who have died. Uh, and then it says, at the end of this present age, Christ will defeat a loosed Satan, ushering in the last judgment, the resurrection, and the new heaven and the new earth. So, yeah, this is the amillennial view. They believe that Christ will return at the end of the age to come and destroy a loosed devil, uh, and then he will usher in the last judgment, the resurrection of all the dead, and then he will establish a new heaven and a new earth. This is this view, but as we see that it superseded uh, the earlier understanding of the early church, which is the premillennial view that Christ will come, establish a literal kingdom, reign for 1,000 years while Satan is bound. And then at the end of that 1,000 year reign of Christ and his saints, then Satan will be loosed, and then Christ will throw Satan in the lake of fire, and then comes the final judgment. But however, brothers and sisters, we are all free to hold to different views according to our understanding of the scriptures. But I will encourage you to read for yourself the word, to read for yourself. Uh, yeah, to read for yourself the book of Revelation and try and consult uh, as many resources and commentaries to truly understand the meaning of that text. But I should make it known that there are only four views of understanding the millennial reign of Christ. Uh, it is the premillennial view, the historical premillennialism, postmillennialism, and amillennialism. Uh, yeah, I hope this helps. But we are going to continue to look at these theological terms and what they teach. Right. Thank you. God bless.